Steve Wyche, NFL Network, NFL's Total Access, talking about what he expects from Deshaun Watson with Browns offense in 2023.
Kevin Stefanski was big at talking about it last year. They had to run two different offenses. They had two different quarterbacks. Jacoby Brissett was an under-the-center, drop-back type of guy, a little bit safer with the ball. And so when they brought Deshaun Watson back, it took time. I mean, I was at this game right here. It was just odd watching. Like, this play ran on schedule. That was rare. But then as the season got along, she pointed out, we're just going to take two snaps from under center here. But as he got more into shotgun, which he was more comfortable with doing when he played for the Texans, that's when he seemed to be more comfortable. So I'd expect to see more shotgun, more pistol looks, like we just saw right here. Got the lead block from Kareem Hunt, easy in. So I think now they'll be able to marry the offensive line play in the run game, what they do out of shotgun, and some of the things between the pistol and the shotgun.
Stefanski's been a quality coordinator.
1,000.
When he's got all the pieces. Excellent play action pass, excellent, stretch zone type run plays, and a lot of plays that come off of him. He's from that school of Kyle Shanahan, those kind of play callers. He's good at it.
And with that, let's welcome in Quincy Carrier, Untitled, Unfiltered Browns coverage. Quincy, that's the part that, some people want to gloss over with Deshaun Watson. They ran two different offenses, and in the span of a week or even 5 weeks, you can't completely marry the looks that you had to change to with Deshaun Watson with what the offense would be, let alone play to Deshaun Watson's strengths as a quarterback.
And he was coming off of 700 days without playing, right? Like, there were a number of reasons why it could not have went well for him in that first 6-game stretch. And it's interesting to hear how people talk about it, because now we're bringing up, he ran a different offense. He did this, where before people would notice that he was off schedule, but act like they didn't know why he was off schedule, right? Because he was running an offense that wasn't really his offense. He was running Jacoby Brissett's offense. So it just was a crazy situation last year, from training camp, honestly, from OTAs all the way up until the end of the year. When it comes to Deshaun, there was no stability there with that situation when it comes to knowing when he's going to play and what he can do when he is in there, because, again, the big delay from his last game to his next game. So there was just a lot there between Deshaun Watson's first start of the year this year and his last start with Houston.
Yeah, and, the thing, I pointed this out yesterday, the more you hear people talking about him bouncing back and playing significantly better, it seems like they're all former players, coaches, people who understand things at a deeper level than just the guys talking on TV.
Well, it's people who take a little bit more of a look at it, right, and decide to evaluate. And one of the things with Deshaun that I think is very interesting when you look at his body of work over last year is that some people choose or have the selection bias where, like, hey, I don't think Deshaun Watson was good. I'm going to look at every clip, everything that confirms to me that he was not good. And if you do, you're going to find enough there to convince yourself. You can also convince yourself the other way and only look at the good, because the truth is, he was pretty average last year when he came back, right? There was enough of everything to take away what you want. And in a media landscape where we just don't know what to do with average, we kind of like Deshaun Watson's like the test case of that, where it's like, some people thought he was good, some people thought he was bad, some people thought he was the worst thing ever, and it's like we just don't know what to do with the average sample.
He was 3-3. So after not having played for 700 days in an offense that wasn't his, he was 3-3. So to your point,